Let's read some good news. Definitely important.
Looks like it is over. What is in this deal is going
Why the woke era over by Newsweek
to pass soon. Plus, you got enough to fully hire back.
Are you not gonna
winning again?
Weeks against John Eastman. Talking them there.
In that way to
A lot of
and so forth. So that's
Are you not going to talk about the thing that the article is? I don't know, whatever. What is MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA plus? Canadian acronym sparks online frenzy. The acronym MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA plus, recently used by a Canadian politician, has sparked a frenzy online. I want to see the clip. Canadian politician Leah Gazan, member of the New Democratic Party who serves as member of parliament for Winnipeg Centre, recently spoke about Canada's budget cuts and condemned the budget for cutting $7 billion from Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations.
Thank you, Olivia Manser, for rating with 7 viewers.
Thank you, Olivia. Sorry that there's a warning on your account now. I sent you a telegram message. Oh.
Did you know that Martin Scorsese said that Radioactive by that one Canadian band is his favorite song?
Is Imagine Dragons Canadian, or was he wrong, or is that something else? Thank you so much. And also Drolo, I did not know that, but that makes sense. Gazan said that no money had been provided for the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA+. I need to find the clip. I want to hear her say that. The length of this acronym has prompted scrutiny and a massive response online. Also, I've never heard of this acronym.
Imagine Dragon D's nuts.
Oh. Thanks, Uncle. You got me finally. What I like about this one is that it puts LGBT not first. It's like a real, like, you can't have the first spot. I don't know what this is. I know Two-Spirit. I know Two-Spirit here. We got Double Queer, which is like even more dangerous. We've got IA plus, which is probably like cooler, gayer AI for Mac or something. And then yeah, we got Modern Manfair 1. War Gay. The video game. Yeah, that's what I for some reason I was thinking of Modern Warfare here too. I don't know why. Maybe because of the M and the W so close. There's something that happened in our brains there. I want to hear her say it. Before I read why it matters, I need to find her saying it, okay? All right, Leah Gazan. I'm looking it up. I wish this website provided me the clip. Maybe it's further down. Maybe it's gonna make me listen to all this bullshit first. Okay. Yeah, no, they're not even showing the clip. So I need to find it. Unless it's something I can... All right, here we go. Did we find it? All right, 8 seconds. This must be it.
Deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA+. This is abhorrent.
That rolled off of her tongue. She's practiced that how many times? Let's find...
Deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA+. This is abhorrent.
See, this is the exact same problem that I have with the Progress Pride flag, is that it never ends, right? Just say queer. If you find, like, LGBT is too specific, and you're like, where are the people that aren't lesbian, gay, bi, trans? Then just say queer, because it encompasses everything, right? Although, Yeah, no, even Two-Spirit. It does it, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it encompasses literally everything. That's exactly the case with, like, the rainbow pride flag, is it encompasses everything. As soon as you start going, well, they don't have this specific thing forever, and we're past 4 letters in the acronym. Now, with this newest one, 1, 2, let's count these, actually. This is actually hilarious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, including the plus. The plus exists here theoretically. That's a weird prediction. Theoretically, to imply and many more and everything else in the plus, right? Why are we at 14 other characters then? Why not just LGBT plus? Why not just queer plus? Queer should mean everything. The rainbow pride flag represents diversity, right? It represents literally fucking everything. It's every spectrum of light, visible light in the rainbow, decoded into a flag. It's a prism. It's a prism. Now I'm going to send someone else to prism. So I kind of want to see her say it in a sentence. Fox News. Let's find out.
When the budget was released, I was shocked to find out that Prime Minister Carney is cutting $7 billion between Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA+. This is abhorrent.
Okay. Also, now that this is in a sentence and I'm understanding what she's saying a bit more, if you're including every letter here, I think the term ongoing genocide is a little much. Is there an ongoing genocide of bisexual people right now in Canada? Is there a lesbian genocide happening in Canada at this moment? Ongoing? Now I have to find out what all the letters mean. I hope it tells me in this article. Also, I need to find out who the fuck this person is. Is she a psyop? Leah Gazan. Like, what is this? Like, are we serious? This is what holds the NDP back, unfortunately. Which makes me kind of like, you know, does that mean that maybe it's a psyop? There's theoretically like a good enough amount of power that wouldn't want the NDP because it would, you know, it would make things financially not as ideal for the richest of the rich. And even though it wouldn't change their lives in any meaningful way, they are addicts who want to hoard money. NDP out of the, can't even call it a major party anymore, unfortunately, right? Out of the parties with like more than one seat or whatever, like they seem to want to tackle wealth inequality the most. But then you get MPs from the NDP, members of parliament, if you're not Canadian, that are like this person who just like don't understand optics and are crazy. Like that's a really, really quick way to virtue signal that you're insane. That like no other person on the planet is saying that. You know? Lakota, I'm assuming that's a native tribe, yeah. Okay, good. Also, Winnipeg's stupid anyway. Shout out to Winnipeg. Not. Look, in support of UBI, like that's a good policy. It's like, can you like just learn to not say things to make you unelectable? Like now people have a clip. Could you just let? Could you like? UBI is a good thing. It's a good idea. Okay, this has a Wikipedia page. Please tell me what it means. Oh, oh, here we go. Missing and murdered Indigenous women. And girls. No, don't make a joke out of it. That's a serious issue. What the fuck? That's sad. Oh my god, what does that have to do with being queer? Two-spirit, yes. Absolutely. That's a native thing. Questioning? That's what the extra Q is for? Okay, here we go. Missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, and asexual plus. No, if you're missing and murdered and Indigenous, it doesn't matter if you're a boy. See, now they're going to have to update this to missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and trans women and intersex that are missing and murdered in Indigenous and they're not included in this other part. Why is there an and before two-spirit? I don't know. Is this official? The Wall Street Journal. This is...
Kim, start us off.
I want to give a hit to Donald Trump for doing this is New York job.
Through the end of next year.
I hate it when the news thing shows video that has nothing to do with the article. Especially when you have to wait for like an ad. Okay, well, we're gonna go to the fucking not paywall thing here. Hold on. I'm not a robot. All right, here we go. A socialist Canadian lawmaker drew gales of mockery by casually dropping the acronym while speaking at a live press conference. I mean, this is sad. This is sad because it's true. A socialist Canadian lawmaker drew gales of mockery for showing just how woke she is. Like, this is not like a real important story. Like, at least I have a head on my shoulders to know that I'm just kind of like clowning on someone. Like, for all I know, her policies are not as crazy as her acronyms, but like you would have to, it does kind of make you very difficult to relate to because it using that casually, it shows that you're unaware of like the human experiences. Right? It shows that you're detached from what the average person would think. Right? All right. So this is from the Wall Street Journal. The 16 characters in MMIWG2SLGBTQQIA stand for missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual. You might as well say all of that instead of the acronym, right? If we're making like the most epic tongue twister next to like Skorplianish Go Go Gosh or whatever the hell that is, that town, might as well commit to the bit. Are girls in general being genocided in Canada? No, the girls are attached to the missing, murdered Indigenous women. Maybe that's why the "and" is here, to separate the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. It's this. They didn't think this through at all. They didn't think this. This is like absolutely insane. Is there an ongoing genocide of questioning people in Canada at the moment? Is there an ongoing genocide of asexual people in Canada at the moment? Just, if she was talking about this shit, why did she have to attach it onto the queer? Like, I don't understand. They can be similar issues, but it seems like in the way that you used it in your sentence, it was a separate issue. Whatever. Ugh. I hate this. Okay. With the plus sign encompassing any other gender identity not covered by the nearly paragraph-long initialism, the gigantically long acronym is used by the Canadian government to highlight rates of violence against Indigenous women and girls. Used by the Canadian government? I mean, she is an MP, so if that's... I don't know if it's on, like, a government website or, like, government print, right? Like, we'll see. I don't know if that's true. I'm open to being corrected, but I don't believe that's true. Oh my god. Where's her... Oh, why don't you show fucking sources? Don't tell me that something was on a website and make it so that I have to fucking go to it. Holy shit, let me click on it. Where is she? All right, I found her. Under 30,000 followers. I'm going to assume that it might be difficult to find her response to this because politician accounts are like tweeting all the fucking time. So when did this happen again? Let's find out. April 2026, April 9th or whatever. So she might have something if we scroll to April 9th. The City of Champions. She kind of reminds me of that. All right, let's see around April 9th. See what she said. Okay. Today, I joined Indigenous women's organizations condemning the Liberal government's appalling $7 billion cuts to Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations, two ministries that are already grossly underfunded. And it's especially disturbing that at the same time they're investing billions into the military-industrial complex, ignoring their legal obligations to end the ongoing genocide against Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirit LGBTQQIA plus people. See, again, I don't know if there's an ongoing genocide against questioning people at the moment in Canada. I don't know if that's true. You would need to provide a source on that one, please. Be careful with your words. You're a politician. Just be more meaningful. Like think about the words you're using and be like, yes, these are the words that mean what I'm saying. Be more like autistic people, you know? Be more like autistic people. You know what it's like living in a world of normies where I may or may not be autistic, but I'd certainly feel like it. It's like a bunch of people trying to convince you that when you want to turn left as you're driving, you don't use your left turn signal. No, you do something else. And everyone does something different, and you're just supposed to figure it out. Some people just turn. And like that, and they'll argue that you shouldn't actually use your left turn signal. That's what it feels like. When I'm like, oh, why didn't you use your left turn signal? I used my left turn signal. They're like, no, 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 no. People don't do that. I'm like, is this not the best, most non-confusing way for everyone to agree on the thing? The thing that means what you say? The thing to indicate what you want to do? No, no, no. Of course not. That's what it's like. Be more like autistic people, please. Say what you mean. All right. The federal government has accepted the findings of the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls and has recognized that this violence amounts to an ongoing genocide. Carney is backtracking commitments to Metal Gear Solid Plus through his so-called national interest projects. Is the safety of Indigenous women, girls, and everyone, people, not in the national interest? This is like, there's an ongoing genocide of literally every single person in the country that isn't a straight cis white male, basically, is what I'm saying. Is this what we're doing? Without delay, it must reverse these callous cuts, and immediately commit to providing long-term sustainable funding to organizations, agencies, and family groups to address the growing violence against Indigenous women, girls, and 2SLGBTQQIA people. These past 3 out of 4 of these paragraphs felt like you just repeated in what was in the previous paragraph. Like you said it so many times. So now she's separating the 2 acronyms, and I guess that's maybe what they're talking about in the article, is that she like walked it back, kind of. But she didn't really address it. Okay, here we go. The acronym isn't the story. The bodies are the story, and there are thousands of them. Brandy Morin.
Laughed with him. I'm not laughing. Last night, Elon Musk did an acronym.
Oh no, Elon Musk.
Millions of people laughed with him.
I mean, it's funny.
I'm not laughing.
Why did you make it funny? Why would you take an opportunity where you're talking about a serious issue, missing and murdered Indigenous women, and then basically do poop poop diddly fart, and then be shocked when people are laughing, and they make fucking articles about the fact that you said poop poop diddly fart in the middle of your serious conversation? You're like, this isn't about the poop poop diddly fart. This is real. Why are you laughing? Stop laughing. It's not funny.
I was 12 years old when I was held hostage.
Sorry. Hmm? Okay. All right. Well, I was going to get to this article too. It looks like she's responding to it. Well, we'll do this in a second. She locked down comments on the post in an apparent attempt to stanch the torrent of mockery her made-up acronym invited. Okay. Shouldn't she have also quoted the acronym in French? True. She's a member of parliament. She's a member of parliament. She should have done it. Look, if we're doing this, where's Furry? Like, if we're doing this, where's Furry? That's all I gotta say. You gotta, if we're doing this, you gotta include everything. We're not in the plus. Certainly we're not in the plus if you had to add a Q for questioning. If questioning wasn't represented by the plus, then Furry sure as hell ain't. Jesus. Also, Trump's a pedophile. Billionaires are making us fight each other. Okay? This is not a real issue. This is me clowning on someone and you're clicking on the video. Okay? Remember that all of these nonsense wedge issues, right? A lot of them are psyops. This woman might just be crazy. Focus on the fact that billionaires are causing...
There he is. Man speaking facts.
Destruction.
Hope you're good. My brother XOXO.
Thank you for Corey. Yeah, we need to tax the rich. We need to tax the ultra rich. We need to tax the trillionaire. We need to probably just nationalize a good amount of services where there's essentially monopolies or oligopolies. In Canada, I think we should just nationalize the big three telecom companies. And grocery stores. Look at grocery stores. Imagine, okay? The fact that on paper, people are saying, oh, inflation's not that bad. Governments are saying, oh, inflation's not that bad. The economy's doing great. People's stocks are doing great. Everybody knows what it's like to go to the fucking grocery store. Everybody knows how prices have skyrocketed. That's not just inflation. That's corporate greed, right? Those are companies price gouging and intentionally, artificially inflating the price because, like during COVID and like now, they know they can get away with it because people need food to survive. You can't just decide to not buy groceries, right? So we've experimented. We've seen what it's like under capitalism with not enough regulation, right? We've tried that. We've done the experiment. This is how it is. We've seen the system. Let's fucking nationalize the grocery stores at this point because we've tried it the other way. We've tried it the other way. It's not working. We need to try something else. People are struggling. People are desperate. People voted in fucking Trump for a second term because he ran on cheaper groceries and shit. Didn't deliver, but people obviously needed that. So, just so we're all clear on what the real issues are right now. And nobody's been arrested over Epstein shit. Canada is cooked, says the South African buying elections in the United States. Yeah, like, don't give these people ammo, you fucking idiot. Like, who... I hate to be that guy because I love Leah, but this is why the NDP have 6 seats. Literally. Like, think about how people vote. People don't vote based on policy. They vote based on fucking vibes, and you're giving off awful vibes. Please. Please think about your political future. Like, Jesus. Holy shit. All right, let's read this one. NDP Leah Gazan calls Modern Warfare 1 critics bigots. I don't know about that one, Chief. All right, let's hear the... Oh. But that's the... Oh, well, so this is what she told CBC News in response. Okay. And then she repeated it on Twitter. Bigots are bigots. That's it. Well, I mean, technically bigots are bigots. But the implication is that the people... I guess, okay, here's what might be tricky about this one. She calls those critics bigots. Technically, what could be true about this is that she might have been speaking specifically about Elon Musk and Ted Cruz. It could be that CBC wanting to get clicks and being weird, we don't know. If they reached out to her, I want to know what the question they asked. Like, what do you think of Elon Musk and Ted Cruz saying this? Because if she says bigots are bigots only to those people, right? And isn't talking about everyone who's clowning on her, then that would still technically be true. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Olivia Stefanovich's track record, I guess, but it seems weird for the CBC because CBC has more of a left bias, but anyway, apparently she said, bigots are bigots. I certainly am happy that bigots are offended by my positions around equality. See, you're making it very difficult. Again, the question still could have been about just these two. We don't know. This could just be bad lack of saying things autistically and not understanding the ways that you could be misinterpreted. That could be what's happening. We don't know. Very silly thing to happen. What I am concerned about and certainly continue to be motivated about, is ending systemic racism in this country against questioning people. We got to end the racism against asexuals. All right. Okay, there's no and here, so maybe that was just a mistake from what was it? The National Post or whatever it was, Wall Street Journal, I think. Yeah, there's no reason to lump this in with this, and this is already too long. Like, what the fuck? Why did we add another Q? Why are we adding questioning people into the ongoing genocide list? Like, it doesn't make any sense. At least it's funny. That's why I'm covering this, is because it's too funny. Right? We're not covering someone said something woke. Right? At the very least, you could say, like, oh, this is a politician saying it. Like, that is fucking nuts. But as far as I know, nothing she's actually tried to legislate has been that insane. That was so funny. Marion Buller, former chief commission of national inquiry into missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, calls this situation unfortunate and agrees with Gazan that it serves as a diversion. What do you mean? Like, you adding this is also is more of a diversion. Look, I'm queer. I don't feel the need to be, like, in that conversation. It seems like a very serious issue. Why don't we add straight dudes in it then? If you're just gonna add, if the goal is like, oh, you add more people into it, then more people talk about it. Is that like, I don't understand. What are we saying here? Logical step to be more inclusive. Buller said the national inquiry expanded its terminology to include two-spirit and questioning people. So this is apparently the national inquiry. Is that like a government organization? Oh. Huh? Oh. So this is like there's a national inquiry. That's the short form of the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls. Oh my God, that was like a limerick. Into missing and murdered indigenous women and girls. You could have okay. So the government of Canada launched a national inquiry independent of the federal government. It's an independent inquiry. And then why did we add questioning people? Why did we add who and where and how and why? This is what I'm so confused about. Not long after it was launched in 2016. Where? Is that like online somewhere? Like, I was hoping to see it just in here. If I search the Government of Canada website for this insane acronym, will I find it? Because there's a search bar. This is shocking. There's 4 articles. On a Government of Canada website that have this. You know, I mean, if this is our... This is like a... It's the Modern Warfare National Action Plan. Like, what are we saying here? Is it... If we've had a national action plan to look into like the genocide of questioning people since 2016. I want to see their findings. 404, this page. Indigenous-led data research projects funding. 50,000 isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, but curious about that. Okay, and then this is just linking back to the first one we read. So not that much, but the fact that it's on a government website is like insanity. Like, just represent the people by not being unrelatable, please. It's a distraction. Gazan calls the pushback a distraction from the continued violence facing Indigenous women and girls to spirit. It still sounds like a limerick when I say it. Indigenous women and girls. Da 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 da. Two-spirit and gender diverse people, along with federal funding cuts to programming aimed at prevention. Maybe if you titled it different, he wouldn't have cut it. My concern is the fact that Mark Carney has got it. Yeah, we don't have every ideal thing happening in our government, but looking at the governments of other countries that speak the same language as us even, we're not doing too bad overall. And we'll see where things go. Maybe we'll be in a worse off situation in 5 years. And yeah, we got to add furries. That's got to be our number one priority right now. We've got to add furries to modern warfare. Where do we add it? Oh, you know what it should do? The acronym for furry should be the whole word. Furry. Just in the middle of this. Missing and murdered Indigenous women and furry girls. What about three-spirit? What about the three-spirit people? That sounds kind of anti-woke. There's only two-spirit. Give it the times. We're three-spirit now. Gazan used the term... Yeah, we read this, right? We're hearing and finding... Did I read that? Some of this is just repeated information, which bugs the shit out of me that this is every print media article is just repeating information. Is my alarm about to go off? We were hearing and finding out that Indigenous women and girls, regardless of where they were on the gender spectrum, were experiencing violence, systemic violence, not only just because of their indigeneity, but because of their gender identity, Buller said. So what you mean is if this is still about missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls, that this has nothing to do with it. Still. Right? Do we need the like root cause of one's motivation to cause violence towards a group of people to include every reason? The questioning, I don't know. And since we were charged with looking into all types of systemic violence against women and Indigenous women and girls, it was the logical step to be more inclusive. Then included in the report. Why is it in the name? Jesus Christ. Senator Michelle Audette, who served alongside Buller as commissioner on the inquiry, said she remembers an emotional debate behind closed doors at the time. Was the debate about the name? Some were mad, Audette said. Audette said the commissioners had heard concerns from Indigenous women who experienced violence by men about expanding the inquiry's mandate to include trans men, but others felt strongly that they should be included. They heard concerns from Indigenous women who experienced violence by men, and the concerns were about expanding the inquiry's mandate to include trans men. Others felt strongly that they should be included. Yes. Sure. Then why don't you just... Oh. Literally everyone but cis dudes. Then. Like, literally everybody but straight cis... Oh, whatever. And it's 2019 fight. Like, what? Just say, it's shorter to just say that. Goal? Who got a goal? In its 2019 final report, the inquiry concluded that there is a race-based genocide of indigenous peoples, including First Nations, Inuit, and Métis, which especially targets women, girls, and everyone but straight cis dudes. Just say that. It's like less syllables. Just say we're launching the inquiry is for missing and murdered indigenous people unless they're straight and cis. Just say that. Like, personally, I will not use the long acronym, Odette said. If MP Leah Gazan wants to say it, just respect it. If she wants to say it the way she wants to say it, who am I to say she's wrong? Well, a real human being trying to save her political career is who you are. Jesus. Sheila North, chief of Bunninol... I can't. Bunninonabee Cree Nation in Manitoba agrees. She coined the hashtag MMIW. Yeah, honestly, the and girls is already too much too. Like, let's be real here. And girls. Whatever. The I to me represented all indigenous women, and the W to me represented the female experience, no whatever that is, North said. Again, most normal people with brains don't look at an acronym, especially with a plus sign. You just add plus. They don't look at the fucking rainbow pride flag or any of this shit and think, where's my hyper-specific thing? We didn't put furry in it. Progress pride flag, if you don't add a fucking paw print, you're a bigot. In hindsight, we definitely could see the need to adapt it and change it as people need to. Okay. North says she continues to use Modern Warfare 1, but supports those who've extended the initialism. Support! I ain't no bigot. Lee and others have expanded it to include who they see as victims and survivors and people impacted, North said. I think she and others are doing what they see as best, and anyone who criticizes it clearly doesn't understand the issue. I think I understand, and I'm willing to have looked up 5 different articles on it and attempt to understand. And after reading all of this, I think I have a pretty good understanding. And I'm still criticizing it. So you think wrong, in my opinion, Sheila North. But I still understand your perspective.
Hey everyone, Olivia here. Thank you for watching as always. It's July of 2026, so here are the $5 and up patrons of this month. Diddy Saltsworm, Snowden, Letterbox, Jordan A, Toby White, Blank, Loris Carlson, Cypress, Emil, Gabriel Herrera, Gezro, Happy the Knife, Lemonade Warriors, participating in the hit game Among Us, Consider the Encroacher, Lobstripe, Modern Nerd, Nurik Bin, Osman, Residual Cheese, Roxy is no longer inside your wall because she has learned that the second season of the TED TV series will be released March 5th, Skanat, On, Tammy, the bad gamer named Electrica finally gets a PC, the Flying Marlin, the Super One player, T-King, Yup, Zachary Kane. Damn, that was like almost perfect, but I fucked up participating. Ah, well. If you like gaming streams, I play a lot of games on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/OliviaMancer. It's in the description. Here's a clip, and I'll see you next time.